Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I hope you've all had a really great week. We're sitting here in front of you now because we have an announcement. We have something to say.
Indeed.
We're setting off, and as such, because we're up to real time, contrary to popular belief,
Yep.
what you saw last week happened the week before last, and in the week prior between then and now, we've basically been frantically preparing to cross the Atlantic, which we are now prepared to do. But the weather has said go, and so
Pretty
we
much.
must. We must.
Yes.
We'd be mad to miss a good window to sit down and make videos about, well, just in general. You got to go. The sailing's the primary. The wind says go. We're
Yep.
going.
But
So
where are we actually going?
Where are we going?
I feel like that's quite a priority because
Quite a
now that we've
priority.
said, hey, we're going. People are like, okay, cool. So now you know we're crossing the Atlantic, but where are we going?
So it's going to be a big one. It's going to be
It's like I'm
probably the
interviewing you.
biggest. It's going to be the biggest trip we've done ever. So we're leaving
Really
from
is.
St Martin, and the plan A, is to sail non-stop to Iceland. Now, we've been preparing for this for a while. The boat's pretty geared up. These are some of the videos we wanted to make, but haven't subsequently had the time. And now we've got to go. So we're going to go. Why non-stop?
Yes. Perfectly. I was just about to say, perfect interjection there. I was just, this is how we had to have our conversations. Oh, can you stop talking so I can say? It's because we're certainly not late to cross the Atlantic, but the fact that we want to go so far north, it does mean that it's going to take us we're estimating maybe about 4 weeks or so, which means that we're probably going to get there middle of June, which is kind of like summertime, and we just don't want to waste any time dotting in at places that we may have been to already. So we're going to go straight up to maybe the furthest place that we're going to go to, and then we're going to dot our way around and about from there in shorter legs. So that's our reasoning for going the whole hog, doing it
Also,
all
we want
at once. And also we want to kind of challenge ourselves, we want to test ourselves. Adam and I both like doing ocean passages, which I think is quite unusual.
Maybe. We like being at sea. We like the gratification that comes from going from A to B.
Yeah.
And doing it directly. You operate within your capabilities for a certain amount of time, and then you're like, all right, well, it's a bit of the horse trail. So we've done this before. It's business as usual.
This is us in the Caribbean now.
Yeah, whether it's the Caribbean or Bermuda and back, or the Eastern Seaboard in general. And that's not to say it's boring and not interesting and not a challenge, but if you want to do more and do better, you need to take on more ambitious challenges. And in this instance, that means going to sea for longer and going to more challenging places. And I reckon 4 weeks at sea with a destination of Iceland from the Caribbean is a pretty good step out of our box into the next league.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing.
In saying all this as well, we do have contingencies. We've built contingencies everywhere. So our first one, if we are struggling a little bit, 1,000 miles out, we'll pull over into Bermuda. If we're also struggling then further, to make better ground, we can also go to UK with a stop in at Azores. We can also stop in at Nova Scotia. There are many, many places that we have contingency stops.
We're not just putting to sea for 5 weeks and hoping for the best. We will obviously take the most direct path possible to our destination, but we have ample safety stops. We have no less safety stops along the way than you would have if you were going to the Azores, or if you were going to do it one by one.
Yep.
We're just going to reassess at every opportunity and decide whether we pull out or we crack on and take what we get. So
I think
that's the plan.
Yeah. From our crossing from Cape Verde, where we were going to go, we're going to go from Canaries to the Caribbean, and we didn't have a stopping off point. We were just like, nah, let's just do the whole hog. And then we actually needed to pull in at Cape Verde, and we weren't prepared. We magically managed to find some charts from OpenCPN.
I was prepared.
You were prepared.
Had done the prepreration a year prior and sort of forgot until I was like, that's right, I have OpenCPN with the world.
So this time we've thought of so many ports we can pull into, but ultimately our main aim is to go straight up to Iceland. So that's our big announcement. That's our big plan.
So you might not hear from us for a little while.
Yes.
You will be able to keep track of where we are.
Indeed.
We have a map on our website that follows us constantly when we're at sea. It's brought to you by Yango Track. Thanks, mate. And it updates constantly with our position, so you'll all have access to that. Our patrons will have access to daily debrief reports that we write, which get appended to the map.
I'll throw a few photos up there as well.
Throw a few photos. And generally speaking, though, we may be better connected than we think. So we have opted to trial the Fancy Pants Starlink package
The techie amongst us has put his foot down.
Well, we have to know. How do we know if we don't know? It is expensive. It's $50 more than usual.
Yeah.
It's $250 for a month and you get 50 gigabytes. But allegedly, it works at sea. And we've had a reasonable test from Annapolis to BVI's on that Oyster.
When it wasn't as expensive.
When it wasn't as expensive, and it behaved fairly well. So you may hear from us more than we are saying now. And we'll certainly do our best should Starlink be good.
Yes.
But you go.
As of now, we don't have any videos in the pipeline. As mentioned, we were so busy just trying to get the boat ready, and we are pretty much in real time. We don't have any more videos for the next 4 weeks or so. We're pretty much out filming our next content right now. Downsides of being in real time for anyone else who's
this is why people don't operate in real time, why nobody wants to operate in real time, because
it's very
we're
hard.
going to go AWOL for a month now to go sailing. We're not just sitting around doing nothing. We'll be out sailing, collecting video, and you'll all see the story eventually. But it would be much more preferable if you could just absorb some of your back catalogue and arrive like you never left, and then do what you will with the footage, and then
anyway. So we're not purposely ignoring anybody. We're not purposely going off the grid. We're not quitting. Yeah, I haven't gone to go and have a baby. Adam hasn't gone to go and get a job or a new girlfriend or whatever it is that people thought last time we went off the grid. We are actually off the grid this time. Absolutely.
We're doing what sailors do. That's what you have to do if you want to be a sailor and you want to sail for a long period of time. You have to put down the camera and you have to go sailing sometimes. So that's what we're doing. I'm not too proud to say that I'm very much looking forward to it. And apologies if that's disappointing or upsetting to anyone. We do our best, but in this instance, we just it is what it is.
But how cool is it going to be on the other end when we're in Iceland? Yes!
Yes!
I cannot wait to get some cold on me. My ginger jeans are aching for some cold.
It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to trialling to doing some new challenges and getting out to sea. So, like I said, you'll hear from us as often as we can manage. If Starlink behaves, we might try to go live. We'll certainly keep doing our Patreon podcasts. We'll certainly keep being active on Instagram. We'll do our best. But if anyone's looking for us in 2 weeks and they're raging on Facebook or the YouTube groups or wherever they are and they're going, they've done it again, send them this video. Link this to them. We've said. Everyone knows where we are now, okay?
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. And we hope that you'll be tracking us as well. And can see when we've arrived, and if we do pull in any detours along the way, we've also advised you that it's okay, it's all right.
Yeah.
Maybe a disaster has happened, but probably not. It should be fine.
As soon as we've got something to let you know, and we can let you know, you'll be the first to hear about it. But for now, you've been told. You know.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you on the other side.